Hi everyone. So to begin with, I first want to apologize if I seem a little agitated. This is my fifth take thanks to the fur babies who are really starting to tick me off. And I'm trying not to take it out on them, but really, it's really. Um, so, oh, and I had gotten pretty good ways in last time too. Oh! And I don't know how to edit this thing yet. Okay. Anyway, I know I said that I wasn't going to really do much in the way of um, spiritual videos again, but I decided that since people seem to like them, I'm not going to do, basic Wicca 101, Pagan 101, simply because they've been done, it's out there. You can find the books, you can find the videos. There's no need for me to do them. It's not going to enrich anything. So I'm not going to do, this is what you do on Yule. Or, I might briefly describe what I plan on doing, mainly because I don't necessarily do what people typically do. So therefore I feel like I'm adding to things. I don't necessarily do rituals. But anyway, way off topic. So yes, I'm putting a spiritually based video out there. Oh, and of course, as always, if you have any questions though, even if it is something that's kind of Pagan 101, ask me and I'll take a look. I might do a video, or at least I'll respond. Maybe I'll just direct you, to a really good resource. But I will definitely do everything I can to get an answer to you. Or if I can't get an answer to you on it, I will let you know. So, beyond that, winter holidays. Yes, that's the topic, winter holidays. Most of, or a lot of us pagans, come from a Christian background or a background of an Abrahamic faith because it's really, really common, especially here in the US. I spent about half of my childhood in the Southeast, the South, Bible Belt, pretty fundamentalist area. And I grew up, for the most part, fundamentalist Christian. But a lot of us, came out of that background. And so we have traditions that we grew up with. Christmas, Hanukkah. For me personally, of course, it was Christmas. My family in Connecticut when I was little were Catholics, and then in the South when I was a little bit older but still young, were mostly Baptist. So growing up out of that, we had where we would get together. Up north it was always Christmas Day, or actually start with my family tradition. My kind of was that at the beginning of the month, my mom and I would decorate everything, listening to Christmas music. We listened to Christmas music from about the first of the month was when we started, not the day after Thanksgiving, not the day of Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving dinner, not before Halloween, December 1st. We would start the Christmas music, and we have these, and I actually still have mine, I just haven't worn it yet because I haven't decorated yet. The bells, they're like necklaces with a sleigh bell on it, and we'd wear that every day. And the entire month was just this massive celebration. And then, so we'd constantly listen to Christmas music, we'd decorate and watch White Christmas. We'd, of course, be watching movies and everything Christmas related for the month, nothing else. And I loved it. And then, of course, it's Christmas Eve, and most children would remember putting out the cookies and milk for Santa, maybe carrot sticks for the reindeer, or sneaking candy canes off the tree because a lot of people like to put the candy canes on their trees to decorate. Yeah, sneaking those off and munching on them. Um, that's why when you decorate the tree, you would always put a few in the back that weren't seen so that you can go back and get them after. um, and then when I was in Connecticut, we would go to my grandparents' house. The children would dress up, not so much the adults, but because I did it when I was little, I just kept doing it. But the children would dress up and we'd all get together. And by the way, my family, lots of very different people. I just noticed that my battery's low, so I'm actually going to just get to the point here. Anyway, the point is, most of us have these traditions that we've celebrated for so long that they kind of transcend the religion. It's not, they're not about Christianity, even though it does come out of Christmas, which is Christmas is a religious holiday. Yes, the Catholic Church did take over the ancient Celtic pagan Yule and therefore made it theirs, but it is celebrated on December 25th. It is to celebrate the birth of Christ, which is the Christian Savior God. But so it does have that religious element to it. But our traditions transcend the religion. So instead of feeling like I have to choose, because a lot of us do, I know when I first left Christianity and became a pagan, I left a lot of the traditions and things that I did as a Christian. I had already pseudo left going to church every week, but yeah, the going to church every week, the spaghetti suppers, the yearly youth or adult retreats, I can't even think offhand, the potluck meals. I mean, everything that comes around, mostly coming from being with the church. I left all that behind. But I don't have to leave behind, especially those who are the ones that are actually specifically Christian based. But the fact is, I don't need to leave behind Christmas, even though it is the 25th, and that makes it the Christian holiday. And I know a lot of people celebrate Yule, kind of like take Christmas and celebrate it on the solstice. But that never felt, I tried that. I did try that. But it didn't feel right to me. I mean, even when we celebrated Christmas and they decided to do it on a different day, it just felt wrong. So, what I do instead is here probably in about 30 minutes, if I can just get the motivation, which is really hard to do after the sun sets for me, but if I can just get the motivation to go down to my car and get out all the holiday decorations I put in it. I'm going to decorate and watch White Christmas just like me and my mom did when I was little. And then I'm going to, what will I do next? Well, just throughout the season, I have my bell necklace. I actually, last year, right after Christmas, I picked up a cheap little bracelet that has little jingle bells on it. So, and I have these little snowflake earrings, and I'll probably be wearing those most of the month. And use them, and I'm going to celebrate both. So hopefully I can get Yule off from work, and I'll do something for that at home. And then Christmas Day will be, I'm not doing much in the way of gifts this year, but it'll be a couple of gifts, some small things, and a dinner, and calling my family and Skyping, and that my way of being with them on the day. And of course, um, calling my parents at, let's say 5 a.m. I was always, even though I was 18 years old and I knew there wasn't a Santa. I mean, obviously, I'm 18 years old. I know there's no Santa. My sisters know there's no Santa. I was still always the first one. I'm going, wake up! It's time for presents! Drove them insane. But if I didn't do it, they'd, be wondering what was wrong. But so, yeah, my point is, there's no reason that you have to try to mush the two together. I mean, if you can and it works for you, great, do it. But if not, celebrate both. When you sit there and you actually think about it, I've known of a lot of Christians who have converted to Judaism, or Judaism who converted to Christianity, and they still celebrated both Christmas and Hanukkah. They celebrated Christmas from their childhood and Hanukkah as their religious spiritual beliefs, or vice versa. And there's no reason why we as pagans can't do that as well. It's not the same thing with Easter, or make it Ostara. It's, if that was a very meaningful holiday to you, there's no reason not to celebrate it. So yes, winter holidays. I say celebrate what you feel spiritually led to celebrate. As far as being a pagan, if you want to celebrate Yule or the solstice or whatever you want to call it, go for it. Celebrate it however religiously, spiritually you feel led to. And hold on to those traditional roots, those fond memories that you have of the season from your childhood, and celebrate those traditions too. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, so, and of course, the days are getting so much shorter, and it's getting so hard for me to get anything done because I have like motivation for all of 3 hours in a day right now, because we get so little actually sunlight. We get daylight is what I'm calling it. That, the sun set 2-3 hours ago, and I just don't want to do anything. But hold on, a few more weeks. Use the holidays to get me through it, because I love the holidays despite the darkness. And you know what? We have some winter lights, holiday lights. So, I'm rambling, I know. My point is, despite it being dark outside, have a bright, happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you want to celebrate Christmas. Happy Yule, happy solstice, happy Hanukkah, Merry Yule. I know I said Yule twice. Enjoy the season. Enjoy your spirituality. And, don't forget most of us have at least some good childhood memories of this time of year. Don't forget those. Hold on to them. Right, blessings.